Okay, I will start in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable, all of the judges, and also all of the audiences that I love. I stand briefly here to deliver my argument as the closing government. Well, firstly, I would like to put line a sentence that is written in Undang-Undang Dasar 1945, that is mencerdaskan kehidupan bangsa. We as the government have a really challenging responsibility to emerge that purpose. Yes, of course, there are human rights that everyone has a choice to do or love something. But we as a government has to have a movement to prevent the disadvantage of what the citizen mostly choose. If it is already out of control, we cannot just sit on our chair because in every country has a different situation in accepting K-pop industry. Intentionally, the impact of K-pop industry in Indonesia is going to be worse for several considerations. I extremely agree with my opening government that focus on the physical standard aspect, like everyone is unique. We have to believe that we have our own identity. Don't easily compare with other people's identity. It can make us lose our character because we force ourselves to be seen K-pop idol. Can you imagine if all of the people in this world are just like a K-pop idol? What will happen with our culture, like batik, for example? Day by day, batik will be disappear in our country, or even it can be taken by our nation. Because we as Indonesian, we cannot promote it as well. So don't be get mad if don't be get mad if it is happen. And I also totally agree that by having fanatic with K-pop idol or industry, it will increase our insecurities. Why? Because if we don't dress like what our idols dress already, we will feel uncomfortable to the public. So how if we don't have money? Do we need to steal our parent money, something like that? Or crying to our parents to buy dress that we want without that earning money is not that easy. Like when we spend it, we should go public and confident, no matter who you are. You shouldn't being other people to satisfy other people. And also the essential things is K-pop industry is really possible to level up the level of society. People will be more selective and looking for friends, girlfriend, boyfriend. That is the content is in the lifestyle background. The fanatic K-pop fans tend to make relation with the same people that love K-pop also. They think people who don't adore with K-pop are behind in society, so they don't want to get involved into them. The K-pop fans only want to go hang out with the K-pop fans only and ignore their other friends with the different lifestyle. It looks like they are grouping something in a wrong. Well, me as the closing government also has several additional arguments that need to be concerned here. Besides those disadvantages above, there are several considerations to oppose the K-pop industry. Well, actually, most of K-pop fans that is called as K-popers are teenagers, which means they are still doing their study. Facing the fanatic action of the K-popers force us to rethink emotion. Because as the teenager, education is still number one. We are afraid if the K-popers too in love with their idols, they can forget the that has been taught by the teacher, has no time to study or difficult to achieve the materials because all things that they think is only about K-pop. And to prove that K-pop industry gives them harmful impact to the citizen, let's have a look to the circumstance that is happened presently, which is BTS meal. By having a look on TV, the enthusiasm of the K-popers is out of control because the response that is too much. It makes several disadvantages. Firstly, considering nowadays we still live in the pandemic era, which forced us to do health protocol, but in fact, the enthusiasm of the K-popers broke that protocol. And believe or not, today the percentage of COVID-19 victims is increased. And secondly, it immerses traffic jam in particular street because the queue past the road that make the road more crowded. People who wants to go to office has to be late, or people who wants to get here in the hospital should be patient first for a moment. That's why in the particular place, the Satpol PP forced to take down the flyer of BTS meal or even close the McDonald's. And actually, the BTS meal should be available in 1 month, but because this harmful condition, it is only available for several days. And next, the K-pop industry basically will promote or sell particular stuffs for their friends like photo card, like stick, and other interesting stuff that mostly the price is really, really expensive. And the fanatic K-popers will spend much money to have that stuff. That in fact, it is not really necessary to keep that. As a teenager, we should keep our money as much as possible for preparing our better future. Like the senior high school student who wants to continue their study, they can use their own money, and actually the impact is not only for the K-popers, but also the impact can distract the K-pop idols itself also. With a crazy fanatism will do everything for to be noticed by their idol, like spamming on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, sending vulgar photo or video, or even it is possible for the K-popers to do social harassment like intimidating their idol in social media on the or the worst thing, they can do physical attack like punching, slapping, or even crawling that mostly done by people that are called as sasang. Well, based on several considerations that I have explained, hopefully the teenager can leave the option that can give more harmful impact for them and focus in who they are and focus in improving their education. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Educator, from the opposition side, let me show the mistake from the government side. Yeah, the government, yes, is failed to show clearly about how aggressively they will oppose the K-pop industry. They just blame about the how the way K-pop is restrict about the beauty standard used by K-pop industry in filtering candidate of K-pop without trying to see the deeper about the requirement and the given option. We know that not just a K-pop industry that use the standard, but many other industry that use the beauty standard depends on the company and depends on what they want to create in the society. That's why if feminists aware, then they should not bully of the beauty standard. This is very important because nowadays many of those standards will allow people. This is very to will allow people to join in if they feel can if they feel they can feel the requirement of K-pop industry. And if they do not feel the standards, mean that they know that they are not capable enough to join in. We can blame the K-pop industry for that reason, because something that make you fail is not K-pop industry, but your capability. Will you blame a school who do not accept you as a student because your score in entrance examination is 50 score? Not right. Besides that, you know that you are not capable to do the examination. This is very illogical thinking. That's why, for this reason, that the standard given is just for fulfill the need of the society today by the K-pop industry. Why it's called the need of the society? Don't get me wrong. You have to know that the standard given by K-pop industry is always changed. Why it happened? Of course, because the condition, the society, the people always changing. That's why the standard of K-pop industry is depends on the need of the society. And because it's this thing that happened, because this is something that truly happened in the society, because this is a human feeling or will of changing as a human, the K-pop industry try to fulfill this feeling. That's why this is not a kind of a discrimination like the feminist movement say. And my next point, if feminists think deeper about the need of K-pop in fulfilling the need of society, they will see that the fact rather than opposing beauty standard by K-pop industry, the solution is to give them more option in beauty standards so that it can influence people from all over the world. And it was done by K-pop industry. You know, maybe in the past people say I'm tall, I'm beautiful, my hair is long, I'm beautiful, and then the short hair is ugly, the big body is ugly. Then nowadays there are more options because K-pop industry has absorbed the need of society that contains Asian beauty standard, Western beauty standard, Europe beauty standard. So people accept the beauty standard because it is the need of society of this time. So that right now people know that Asian people is beautiful, and then Western people is beautiful with his standard, and Europe people is beautiful with his standard. That's we call as the need of the society. And why we should not blame the K-pop industry? Because science, since the first time K-pop industry just tried to give the show depends on what the society want. And for the selection of people, there are requirements, right? That's why people will analyze their first since the first time, whether they can or not, able or not to fulfill it from the first time. And the last of my opinion about the government side, the impact if the feminists keep opposing K-pop industry, it can make a massive problem because feminists try to bring down the need of the society by using reason of beauty standard discrimination that for the first time the government failed to prove of the statement. Then it can create a bad image for feminist movement that basically it was exist to to defend the woman human right. But by this several action, it will make the belief of the society is bad image in defending the woman human right. That's why the statement of the government is not acceptable because the K-pop industry is not try to restrict the human right of woman beauty, but the K-pop industry is just try to fulfill the need of the society. That's why, as I'm the opposition, brought to oppose this motion. Thank you.